is the second year. We're doing it in Blackpool particularly because it's my hometown. I'm very proud to bring a 2-day conference to here in Blackpool and bring international key speakers to Blackpool. And what I'm trying to get the health professionals today to do is actually walk the shoes of a patient. So we've got various challenges in the room with deconstructed food, we've got a green cracker challenge going on, and hopefully they'll learn from that and be educated from a patient's perspective.
Most conferences I speak at are run by physicians, run by a university, run by a department. This is unique. This is really unique to have a former patient, but a head and neck cancer survivor who is making sure that both providers and survivors and current patients are hearing the message. And I can't think of any other conference I've ever been invited to, really anywhere close to this.
My name's Julie McCrossan and I've come from Sydney, Australia to Blackpool, UK, because in 2013 I had a diagnosis of stage 4 oropharyngeal cancer, so cancer in my tonsils, tongue and side of throat, and I'm here to talk about recovery and survivorship. It's been fantastic. I mean, I was very moved by the patient stories that I've heard. I think hope is so critical, and that's come through very strongly.
My name's Chris Lewis, I'm from London, and I'm a cancer patient myself. I've incurable cancer, believe it or not. But I've been going for quite a few years now, so I want to give something back. And I've started my own community to help people like myself. And the reason I'm here today is that I'm a great pal of Chris's. Chris and I do a lot of work together. We collaborate quite nicely. And this conference, I get invited to talk at a lot of conferences actually, but this conference is the best for me in my calendar year because it's created by patients and it's what patients want. There are a lot of professional conferences around, but this is one that's organised by patients specifically for patients. This sort of event is very, very open and people speak genuinely from the heart. There is no agenda for the people speaking here. Just purely to help others. There's no commercial reasons for any of this to happen.
It's probably the best conference I've ever been to. It really epitomizes where we need to go in terms of, or where we're going in terms of cancer care, with collaboration between health professionals and patients and all of the other people. So it's been a fantastic experience for me.
It's been fabulous, such inspirational speakers and the delegates make it, people are here, they want to learn, they want to be informed and educated about what's going on so they can influence change. What stood out for me is the variety of styles of speakers and the mix of content, how rich that content's been throughout the whole 2 days.
What these events do is they certainly heighten awareness of head and neck cancer. They're teaching opportunities for all of us, even those of us who are giving the speeches and giving the talks, to learn new ways to diagnose, new ways to treat, and what's very important that's coming out today, and I'm sure will come out tomorrow, is ways to make sure that we're relating well to patients, that we're listening to their concerns as well as their families' concerns, and that we're addressing those concerns. It really encourages us to never be complacent.
Look, what I think is really special about a conference run by the Swallows charity is that the patients and family members, in a sense, are inviting the professional clinicians into our house and asking them to talk to us in a language that we can understand about practical things that will help both the recovering patient and the family. And I just think there's an informality, a friendliness, a relaxed atmosphere that's different from going to a formal health conference. It's a wonderful initiative.
So to come away for everybody, the patients and professionals, to come to an independent venue and talk about these things openly is of great value, I can't tell you how much the value is of that. There's been a lot of negatives to it, of course. I nearly died. But quite frankly, I'm now able to do a lot of things to put back into society where people have helped me. I'm actually able to give back now. So I'm always delighted when I get invited to events like this because we get always great feedback from people. Nowadays we've got Twitter, Facebook and stuff like that. and people that were maybe feeling very down about their own case may feel a little better after hearing my own story, and they'll get in contact with me generally through Facebook or through my website or through Twitter. So you know, the community broadens and the experience is shared further. It's really great.
My name is Sajjad Iqbal. I'm a physician as well as a cancer survivor. I have an extremely rare and extremely malignant cancer which kills almost all patients usually. I was told that I had 30% chance of surviving 2 years and that no one has ever lived for 5 years, and that was almost 16 years ago. And I have survived this far through many recurrences of my cancer by charting my own course, making my own diagnosis and finding my own treatments.
It's absolutely essential to keep having the conversations about head and neck cancer. Without conferences like this, it is these types of events that get people talking, get people engaged in the conversation, and where change is needed, including policy changes, then this is where the conversation starts. But it's so important that these people that have met and networked carry on talking to each other and start to influence change.
Well, I think it's exceedingly important. I think head and neck cancer is considered somewhat of a rare cancer, so there aren't that many patients. So I think conferences like this should really be for all types of cancers, but I think especially for head and neck, it is a smaller group of patients, and I think these kind of conferences are exceedingly important. I think they help to engage patients in their care, which is very, very important. And I encourage the caregivers to participate as well, which makes them feel better. And just to be able to have more one-on-one time with different kinds of healthcare professionals is very important for these patients.
I think it's a really important event for raising the profile of the particular challenges faced by head and neck cancer patients, not only during what is often quite grueling and challenging treatment, whether it be surgery, radiation, medical oncology. You know, it's a pretty tough gig, head and neck cancer, but also in that long-term survival, getting back to eating, getting back to swallowing, or if that's not possible, learning to live with assistance to eat, maybe even learning new ways to communicate. This is a tough cancer, and to bring people together, to raise the profile and to bring a human face to the statistics, so we're people, not patients. Brilliant.
I think it was an amazing conference. It was most inspiring, the speeches, as well as very informative. Even as a physician, I learned a lot. I truly believe that the head and neck cancer survivors, head and neck cancer patients, are the most heroic beings, because no other cancer creates so much misery in head and neck cancer, yet there is such little awareness. So my goal now is to create as much awareness of this disease and provide as much support as we can for the patients and the caregivers.
Head and neck cancer is at the bottom rung of all cancers. So what we've got to do is create awareness. We've got to create the ability for people to know more, and hopefully then the awareness will increase, and this type of conference brings everyone together.